Yo, so what's this video about? Let's see. So many things passing through my brain the last couple of days. Always, of course. I mean, we all have that going on. Um, Lots of anxiety all over the past several months in general since I came back from Portugal. Just like angst, like disorder feeling, and feeling kind of schizo slash crazy sometimes. Driving down the road and having thoughts about the world or observing things with bigger vision, I guess, broader vision. Um, Looking at things through different glasses, I guess, different looking at things in a different way than I did before, which is ultimately happens, I think, to everybody every single day. But yeah, it's been interesting, and I feel like that's heightened a lot over the last few days in particular. But then again, memories for me all kind of meld together. So, so that's one thing going on. Let's see, other things going on. So in terms of diet and stuff like that right now, diet, lifestyle, um, I've been doing kind of a life experiment only drinking spring water. Like I'm actually paying to get spring water from the store as opposed to the fluoride and chloride free water that I was purchasing by Prima. I believe it's Prima or it's Primo. It's a bottled water company that is set out in front of Food Lion here in the U.S. At least East Coast U.S. I don't think Food Lion is everywhere in the world. I mean, everywhere in the U.S. I have no idea, but anyway, point is these big 5-gallon jugs that I was getting, which were really useful because you get them, you drop them off, they are recycled, reused, and you get like your subsequent bottles half percent, half off, 50% off. Um, and I was doing that for the longest time, like as soon as I got back in the country and could afford it, basically, because I have reasons not to want to drink, excessive amounts of chlorine or fluoride, and ideally no fluoride. But anyway, began to like have issues with the fluoride in the sorry, had to have issues with one, the fact that the bottles are plastic and they are not BPA free, and also that yes, these bottles are reused, but in the process of reusing them, the companies have to use disinfectants, antimicrobials, etc., which they do not list the nature of. They don't list the ingredients of on their website, describing the process of recycling these bottles and eventually refilling them and remarketing them. So just kind of like intuition, gut feeling ultimately said, okay, next step is not going to be this kind of water. So I started to do exclusively spring water. Thankfully, arguably, I can afford it right now. Um, I'm not rolling in dough. I have debt to pay off and stuff like that from school. My first degree for my bachelor's degree or whatever, which I finished. And I like my master's, for those of you that have watched this for a while. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking at a pile of not a pile, but like several bottles that I have in that area of my room. And I'm reusing them. I'm giving a lot of friends vegetable juice at work. And like we have this whole like reuse the bottle thing going. And ultimately, I'll just be recycling a lot of glass bottles because that's where I'm at right now, just doing spring water and cucumber juice and celery juice primarily right now to hydrate. Even when I do my smoothies, my favorite smoothie right now is dates, um, vitamin mineral greens, spirulina, ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg if I have it, and just tons of dates, like half the blender full of dates and the rest of it water. Or, as I was going to say, cucumber juice. Cucumber juice does fine, I've found, with smoothies. Like even the fruit based stuff, which for me, like the only fruit I'm doing right now basically is dates, organic visual dates in crazy quantities. Lots of water as well, and I'm being really careful about how I combine my sugars and fats and stuff like that. And I've found just a huge amount of improvement in like my overall state of health, like perception and skin when I do that. Um, Commented on that in previous videos a little bit. Um, and yeah, just loving that stuff up. And I like what I was trying to get at is yeah, I've had a lot of just good vibes, good feeling, and calm drinking the spring water. I recognize that quote this could be psychosomatic or whatever, uh, but on a level, what isn't, right? There's so many layers of existence and perception and manifestation based on all of those interactions. But the point is, for me, like even seeing tap water, like getting my shower and like drinking it sometimes in past weeks, I'm just like, ugh, like not not feeling good with it. So that's what I've been doing, and I've been feeling pretty good. Also, I don't know what else can I update you guys with. Um, Not doing any exercise other than work. I'm a waitress right now, and so I walk around a lot doing that, carry things, lift stuff, and I'm also doing yoga and stretching as much as I can, and most of that is like what I'm calling intuitive yoga, which ultimately, as I've looked at yoga books after performing these things, aligns with basic and kundalini related yoga, I think. Not I think. I've observed like from the picture books that I have of the yoga positions and stuff like that, that the stuff that I end up doing falls into those categories. I don't think it's a big surprise. Um, I think that our bodies are pretty smart, very intuitive when given the right fuel and given the right room to be. And so positions that are healing or facilitating to our energies and to our bodies, I think just naturally flow through the fabric and end up popping up. So I'm feeling in many moments of my stillness really good these days, and also lots of anxiety as well, like I was mentioning in the beginning of this video, mostly because, and I recognize this, I'm not extremely focused right now on anything other than just doing the day to day, I guess, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Doing the day to day is a very beautiful and important place to be, being in the now, right? Being conscious where you are and gaining fully from each experience, what you can. But I have this kind of like emotional, I don't know, intellectual buzz of meh going on where I feel like I need to be doing other stuff that I've mentioned in other videos too. And ultimately, I just haven't been doing it. So, and I need to end this video pretty soon. But it's kind of like I've felt like, where do I start? What do I do? I've come to realize in my life that I can do anything that I focus on, be it art, be it music, scholastics, physical activity, even negative stuff like, almost starving myself to death. Like it's whatever, where attention goes, energy flows, kind of thing. And it's like, all right, what exactly do I do with vengeance, with passion to make my life and the lives of those around me rock? And most of it still about my concepts, my ideas still run around the same subject matter, which is healing people's bodies, healing my body, helping others, spreading truth, spreading knowledge, facilitating others in their paths, because we're all on one. And when I have passionate moments like that, and I was referring you guys to a website called the Global Illumination Council in another video, and when I watch that stuff, like through all of my deliberate and undeliberate time out from the scenes that I've been involved in, especially when I was in Portugal, like that's where I find my peace. That's where I find my identity, so to speak. Like I don't know, that's an interesting point too. I'll probably end this video here, I guess, but service to others, service to all, I guess. Every day gaining bigger clarity about self, like about who I am and how we all interact, how we all interrelate. It's just an amazing path. And also, like I say, sometimes I get a little overwhelmed, I guess. Mostly, I think, because I end up feeling kind of alone. And that's kind of dumb, I feel, because I'm so far from being alone, right? But in terms of being able to converse about it very openly and freely, like I'm just rambling here, uh, I have a beautiful handful and growing group of people that I can do that with. Uh, it's interesting to reflect on my life and see how things have changed. And yeah, this 6 months or so has been a big reflection time. And so here's to reflection. Here's to amazing opportunities to grow. And I hope that you guys are finding lots of growth and joy where you are. And I love you very much. I recognize you as part of my body, part of my soul, part of everything that is, as mysterious as that is, and yet is crystal clear. And I'll talk to you guys really soon. I love you. Bye.